Alright, good morning, class. Alright, here we at it again. Hope everyone's well. So this morning I've spent the last 2.5 hours doing my participation. It's the new plan. Remember that everyone needs your 30 hours. So I'm going in and just marking, make sure you've got your hours. If you have any questions on how many hours you need, please let me know. But, again, an assignment every day, check in every day. If you do 3 classes, 3 assignments, you will get your participation. I know I've been a little slow on grading some stuff today, but I will get back to you at some point with comments on how you did on all your stuff. Alright, so this week, one quick reminder also, guys, I posted on the stream, but if you post your assignments, I need to know your name, okay? That's how I give you credit. So if you put nicknames, I can't tell you who it is. I don't know who it is, alright? So you need to make sure you put your names, alright? And one more quick thing. So this weekend, I want to share a little something. I ran a half marathon this weekend. I'm a little sore, but here's my finishing video. Here I come. What y'all think? Struggling a little bit, right? Look at that. Look at that form. Sloppy. Mind you, I'm just finishing 13 miles. There we go. Oh, look at me. I'm like, oh, that was painful. That was painful. That's what I'm saying to myself at that moment. So anyway, that was what I did this weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend. That's where I was at. And then, again, we've been at this for a while, so we're cycling through some of the same lessons and plans. So the lesson from yesterday, it said June 23rd. That was 4 or 5 months ago, right? 4 months ago, so we're cycling through. So we've done this again. I've adjusted it. I've used some of the same videos, but I've adjusted the assignments. It's not the same assignments, but it's the same strategies and same stuff you're going to need to know for your tape test. Once you guys finally tape test, you're going to should have no problem taping out. Alright. Anyway, alright, so let's get into it. This week, context clues, alright? Again, here's your video from yesterday on your lesson. I've included the PowerPoint. Alright, we need to know what context clues are. Context clues, how we find them. I posted some worksheets, and again, I posted 2 Kahoot games. I would preferably prefer that you don't play both Kahoot games for your assignments, but those are helpful. So mix it up. Do a little IXL, do a Kahoot game, maybe do 1 or 2 of the worksheets. Do it all. If you do it all, you get more hours. So I'm willing to give you the hours for the assignments that you do. Just make sure you do all the work. Okay? You can do the minimum, but let's try to do more than just the minimum. Again, I'm on Google Meet every day, so come find me. But let's just go ahead and jump into the assignment. I think for today's purposes, you should have watched the video for yesterday. You should know what context clues are. So what we can do is, I think we'll just go through a couple questions on these worksheets. And then maybe do a little IXL. Now I should wrap up our short 15-minute video for the day. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up 2.3. So what I would do is I would just right-click. I know you guys have your Chromebooks now, so open link in a new tab. So you've got it right there. So I'm looking right at the worksheet. Boom. And then this is 2.3 and your Google Doc, which I just said that I should open up a new link and I didn't do that. Alright, so now you're looking at them both right next to each other. Alright, so for the lesson, it's read each sentence and determine the meaning of words. Alright, so again, context clues are using what you have in your sentence, in context, to figure out the answers. Alright, again, there's many ways to do this using same meaning, opposite meaning, ideas, definitions. This one, we're going to just go through and try to find what these words mean. Alright, so read a sentence, determine the meaning. Using cross-sentence clues or your prior knowledge and explain what clues help you determine the meaning. Alright, moderate. Moderate. Moderate, moderate. Jamie wants to keep the house spotless all the time, and Shannon is a total slob. But I'm a bit of a moderate about cleaning. Alright, so using our clues, one person is a slob, one person is clean. Alright, she's saying she's moderate about cleanliness. What does that mean? Well, it means that she's in the middle, right? She's not a slob, she's not clean. She'll do the dishes, but she won't have to run the dishwasher every hour, okay? Alright, there's a middle line. So, moderate is somewhere in the middle, okay? What clues helped us find this definition? Well, Jamie wants it spotless, Shannon's a slob. She is not either, so she's got to be somewhere in the middle. So our clues are using what they've given you. Okay? Alright, so that is this one. Let's do one more. Uncivil. Ladies, please stop the name calling. There's no reason to act uncivil. Let's discuss the problem. So what does uncivil mean? Alright, well, based on that, we know there's no reason to act uncivil or rude, improper. Un is the opposite of civil, so if you're acting civil and you're uncivil, you're acting the opposite, which would be, all those things. Alright, so what are the clues? Well, we just talked about it. Stop the name calling. Don't act. So if you're name calling, you're acting uncivil. You're not acting right, you're acting improper. Also, another clue would be uncivil, and then we know what the word civil means. So if someone tells you to be civil, if you're acting uncivil, you're acting the opposite. Alright, so these are the clues. Alright, so those are those two. Okay, now let's go ahead and jump in to IXL. And let's look at a few of these. Alright, I want to make a point. Alright, everybody is either M and D, and A. I really want everyone to kind of focus, if we're doing these lessons, on M and D. If you really want to challenge yourself, A level, and then some of you might be working on the M. But if you want a good starting point, let's start with the M and D. Alright, so we'll go to our IXL learning, recommendations, and try to get on IXL as one of your lessons. This is kind of very helpful. Alright, so we want to do this one. And I've added the link in there, but make sure you log in. Alright, so we're using context to identify the meaning of the word. Context clues. Alright, let's read the passage and answer the question. The legend of Molly Pitcher dates back from the Revolutionary War. An American gunner named John Hayes was at the Battle of Monmouth. Hayes' wife, Mary, also known as Molly, was helping him and the other soldiers. The day was hot, so Mary carried a pitcher of water from a nearby stream to a field of battle. Soldiers drank and cooled their cannons with the spring waters. She kept bringing more fresh water to the soldiers, replenishing the pitcher again and again. For her help, Mary soon earned the nickname Molly Pitcher. Later, when her husband was unable to continue shooting, Molly took his place in the cannon. She was remembered today as a hero. Bang! So look at that. She took over for her husband. How many of y'all would do that for your boyfriends and girlfriends? Think about it. Alright. So what does the word replenishing mean? Replenishing the pitcher over and over again. She kept bringing more fresh water to the soldiers, replenishing the pitcher. She kept... Alright, so what are our clues? More fresh water. So here's the nickname, Molly Pitcher. Alright? What does a pitcher do? A pitcher of water, right? Things we keep in. So if we keep replenishing the water, kept bringing more fresh water. Is that spilling more water, breaking more water, shaking more water, or refilling? If she kept bringing more water, she would be refilling. Excellent, right? Okay. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so that's kind of the middle level, folks. The M and the D, folks. Let's look at the... Now, if you really want to challenge yourself, go to this A-level stuff, which I would recommend because the words are harder, but it also helps you practice more. That's a long passage. Alright, so bear with me. This will be the last one we do. In early 2011, Dr. John Sparks and his team at the American Museum of Natural History went on a dive off the coast of Little Cayman Island to photograph biofluorescent corals. When they studied the resulting photographs, Dr. Sparks and his colleagues found something surprising: a biofluorescent eel. Although many sea creatures are bioluminescent, capable of producing light through a chemical reaction, this was the first time one had been found that could biofluoresce or absorb and remit pre-existing light. The discovery of the eel was only the beginning for Dr. Sparks and his team. Subsequent trips to the Bahamas and Solomon Islands eventually revealed over 180 fish species capable of transmuting the blue light of the ocean into brilliant red, green, and orange hues. For these discoveries to be seen, Dr. Sparks and his colleagues first had to address the significant technical conundrum. So, let's look up the word conundrum. And let's listen to it. Don't look at the definition.
Conundrum.
Conundrum. That's what I said. Conundrum. Struggle this morning. Conundrum. A significant technical conundrum presented by the unique properties of biofluorescence. The light that biofluorescent creatures emit is not visible to the human eye. As a result, biofluorescence is impossible to photograph using traditional methods and equipment. Scientists ultimately decided to shine a high-energy blue light on a fish they were attempting to photograph. The light mimicked the light of the ocean and triggered the fish's biofluorescence. The researchers also outfitted the camera lens with a specifically designed filter that removed the unwanted blue light from the image, allowing the fluorescent light to be more clearly seen. Further research by Dr. Sparks and his team revealed that many biofluorescent fish rely on similar filters. These filters, like internal camera filters, allow fish to perceive the biofluorescent patterns on other sea creatures. Why exactly these patterns are important is yet to be determined. However, Dr. Sparks has presented a cognate theory which has been well received among his peers. His compelling hypothesis is that the patterns play an important role in within species communication. Conundrum. What is the meaning? Significant technical conundrum presented by the unique properties of biofluorescence. Alright, what is a conundrum? So, what does he tell you about after reading the passage? Biofluorescence is impossible to photograph using traditional methods. They had to shine a blue light onto where they photographed. Further research, biofluorescent fish rely on many filters. These allow fish to perceive the patterns on other sea creatures. Why exactly these patterns are important has yet to be determined. He has presented a theory. Alright? What is a conundrum as it's used? So, what does he do? He goes and introduces what's happening with the biofluorescent eel. He talks about the difficulties not visible to the human eye. Impossible. Alright? Ultimately had to shine. They had to find new strategies to find this. Alright? So, if we're looking at this in the context of the story, we're looking at for words that jump out of us. And right here, we're going to look for the sentence before, after, and the overall idea of what's happening in the paragraph. The fact that it's not visible to the human eye is impossible to photograph, and they had to find new strategies. So if it's, these are all things that are, let's do some elimination. Goal? I don't think so. Defeat? What is being defeated? Error? Possibly. Or difficulty? Possibly. Is it difficult? Yes. Now, alright, so how about error? Is there an error involved here? What error are we looking for? No. The whole process is difficult. Why do we know it's difficult? Because of these things. Impossible to photograph. Not visible to the human eye. These are all things that make it difficult. Alright? So, here you go. This is your lesson for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's helpful. Please contact me. See me on Google Meet, and have a great day.